Hemal here with a weekend update on the market. So let's go through the indexes very quick. So a brutal week last week. So S&P was down 5.56%. So I had a significant drawdown. Not only that, more than that. And I will cover that in the daily chart. So this was forming a nice cup and handle here. And now it's forming a flat base again. So it's a bad week on all the indexes last week. By the way, this was expected, and I will explain that further. But again, huge volume here. Qs, still cup with handle, but again, a bad week. It lost about 5.39%. Yes, that's what it is. And then small cap as well. It lost 6%. And again, as we can see, higher than average volume. Let's switch to daily charts here. So, and this is what happens. And again, it's a mistake. So I will have to incurred a drawdown because of my mistake. So the plan was I get here and then I get out before as it gets close to the election. And then I started thinking otherwise. So when I got here, then I said, okay, you know what? It did not go, made a higher high. So let me wait, and we still have time before election because that day was what? It was October 12th. So we had 3-4 weeks to go. So I'm like, we will probably come down to 8 EMA and then make another run up. And that's when I will sell. Or I will continue to hold as long as it is going to be supported here. And then I was going to sell. If it broke through, I had a red line there, which I did not. Now, the good thing is I entered here. So my drawdown is minimal. But the bad thing is I did lose that 8 to 10% gains which I had made, which was the original plan. So the key is to have a plan and execute the plan, because before making the plan, I had a thought process going in. Now, when I have a plan, I need to execute it. There's absolutely no reason why I was double thinking everything after going into it. Now, so that's the reason I'm going to pay for that, which is fine. I'm hopefully learn from this and I will not repeat the same mistake again next time. Let's look at a monthly chart very quick. So as we can see, this whenever it corrects and then it starts a new trend, it will always go back and back to this orange line right there. So that happens time and time again, and then you want that orange line, which is the 12 period monthly moving average, to support this. So we are about 4% from that line here. Yes, and then this on the weekly chart, it is the 40 week, which is about 4% as well. So that's one scenario where it will hopefully find support, but it may not. It may continue to draw down like what we saw in March, even though I'm skeptical of that. This is what I think it may do. Maybe a couple more days down. And then it may form a cup here, a longer cup, and then consolidate. But that will take us into probably mid-December. So again, that's one path it may follow. The other path is we get a precedent on November 4th, and then market explodes higher on that day. And then we get stimulus passed, and then things get better quicker than later. Or we do not get a definite result, and then it can go sideways, or it can go down. It can further have more downside. 200-day moving average may not find support, and it may continue downwards. So those are three hypotheses that I see, or those are three outcomes that may happen. Regardless, I am in the market. I am going to hold through this, and then we'll see how I come out on the other end. Qs. Let's look at the monthly chart very quick. I've been remarking on this. So this is the trend. As you can see, the long-term trend is between this upper and the lower line here. And so it has been finding support at this upper resistance line, which once broken should become support. Now, if it breaks through, which would be one more down, it will break underneath this line. Then it can come all the way down to this orange line there, which is a much more bigger, like 12%. Drawdown from here. So yeah, that will be significant drawdown for me and for the market. So we'll see We'll see what happens there, or it can probably get support at 150 right here, somewhere in this area. It will all depend on the clarity with the election outcome, and then we'll see where we go from there. Small caps, again, same thing. They're struggling, so every single index is struggling. Dow actually hit its 200-day moving average, so nothing was good. Significant drawdown last week. Going through some quick indicators here. I'm going to go through a line chart for that. So stocks above their 200-day moving average. So if it makes a higher low, that will be a good thing. However, if the index is correct further, it will probably come down to make a lower low on that. So this is the stocks above that 40 days. So we saw this bottom right there on the top. You can see this is what resulted into a move higher. So it is still higher. So a couple more days before election day. So if it goes down a couple more days, it may touch that 1836 value here. And then if election results come out, then it may go higher, or it may make a lower low. So those are some of the thoughts. Again, you may have heard that there's a lockdown. So UK is going into lockdown for a month. France, Germany also went into lockdown. So coronavirus cases are rising here. However, there's also a light at the end of the tunnel. So we should hopefully get vaccine, some kind of vaccine news in November. Hopefully we get some therapeutics approved. So we'll see. So there are a lot of catalysts on the horizon. Fed is on the side of, Fed is pumping money. So Fed is very, very liberal right now. So that should continue to have a bid underneath. So those are some of my thoughts as I'm walking through what I'm going to do next. And it is pretty brutal. So, days like this, weeks like this, I don't want to even look at the account. Even though this has been a great year for me, it would have been even better if I would have stuck with my plan. And that is why we must have a plan and we must execute. Emotions has no room to come into play in trading and investments. You must stick with the plan. So things will be much different in the positions I'll be taking over, or when I build new positions down the road. So again, these are my thoughts, how I'm doing things. So if you're watching this video, it's important that you watch all the way through and you really listen to what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. If you have any questions, shoot me a quick email or ask me via other avenues if you already know me. So that's all I have. I hope you had a better week, and I hope you have a plan on your longer term investments, your shorter term trades as well. Well, have a good one. Speak to you soon. Take care.